How to explode your LinkedIn engagement and attract your ideal client in under 15 minutes per day. Part two, creating and posting content. Out of everything that I hear from advisors, this is usually one of the biggest ones. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to post. Whatever it is, that's the reason why they don't put anything out there is because they can't think of anything. So what I'm going to show you is, how to attract the attention of your ideal prospect by giving them a reason to actually want to work with us. So how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by providing value and social proof that you are the real deal. I'm going to show you how to create highly relevant LinkedIn posts, 2 minutes or less. And the best part is it costs you nothing. I know some people use Advisor Stream and services like that. If you're currently using that, save your money, cancel your subscription. You don't need it. No one cares about that stuff anyways. Every time I see an Advisor Stream post, it gets like almost zero engagement every single time. And I've yet to meet a single advisor that's told me that they got a client because of it. So there's a couple of things, and it's funny that in just a few minutes that I posted that last video, I noticed that there's some people connecting, and oh, look at that. We connected to about 28, 29 people, and Brooks already has four new followers. So that 10% is out the window because we're already at 15%. It's only been like 5 minutes. So it looks like we're going to get better traction than what we anticipated. But we need two things for this content to work. One is a source for your content. And the second thing is ChatGPT. The good thing is we do not need to pay for it. I'm only going to be using the free version of ChatGPT in this video, so it's not going to cost you a dime. So I did some research for some websites. Some of them were kind of iffy, but I want to kind of prove a point here. I just went to a government website which with a little blurb so you can see that these aren't even articles. This is just a little bit of piece of information, very basic stuff, but I'm going to be using this just to show you how easy this can be. So what we're going to do is locate something we want to talk about. So start saving, keep saving, stick to your goals. You cannot get more basic than that. And we're going to copy this and we're going to go into ChatGPT. Again, this is the free version. Now I've created a prompt which I will make available for you so you don't have to worry about this. And I'll kind of explain why this prompt came about. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get away from the generic AI stuff that people post on LinkedIn, and everyone, and I mean everyone, notices that it's not you. It's just AI. But by using the right prompts, you can actually make your post appear that it came from you as a human being, even if you didn't even tweak it, although I always recommend some tweaks anyways. So here is the prompt, and I'll explain why it's done this way. So you are the greatest copywriter of all time. AI, ChatGPT works so much better if you give it a job, you give it a title. In this case, I'm telling it that it is the greatest copywriter of all time, and it will research stuff on the internet looking for copyright stuff. Turn this into a 200-word LinkedIn post that is worthy of going viral. 200 words is kind of like a sweet spot. You can change that around. You can make it 50, you can make it 300. 200 is usually a really good number where it's enough to get people engaged and it's not too long where people can be like, well, I'm not going to read that. Do not use an emoji in the hook and never more than two emojis in total. When people use AI, I see emojis all over their posts. And again, it's a dead giveaway that this was created by ChatGPT. Craft it punchy, emotional, highly controversial, and have a killer hook. So you want to attract these people with that hook. The literacy level should be that of a sixth grader. The reason this is important is because most people are not interested in reading a thesis. They're just skimming. They're just flying through this. So using big words will actually work against you. So sixth grader is a really good sweet spot for people to kind of get the gist of what you're saying and really understand what you're talking about. And this plays into the fact where a lot of advisors may use jargon in their talk or their post So we want to make sure we avoid that kind of stuff. And by using sixth grader literacy rate, that will make that better. The call to action is to book a chat. The call to action should be subtle and non-salesy. The whole point of this is to get people interested in reaching out to us, not for us to come across as these pushy salespeople. Create a space between each sentence and use listicles where appropriate to make it an easier read for the audience. If your post is just a big wall of words, a lot of people are not going to read it. If you spread it around and some lots of white spaces in between, people are more likely to read it because they recognize it as being an easier read. Weave a story of me, the financial advisor, helping my client. Very important. Facts tell, stories sell. By making this into a story, people are more likely to find it relevant and be able to place themselves into that scenario that you are talking about. Never use hashtags. Another dead giveaway that people are using AI. Include a cost of inaction at the end, but just before the call to action. We want to give them a situation where there's loss aversion, meaning if they don't act, they're actually going to lose something. And that's why we include a cost of inaction. Never use the phrase, here's the kicker. Once again, every time I see that, I know it's AI. In any variation, never use the line meet and then the name. Again, another dead giveaway that is AI. So meet Tom, meet John. Again, that no one talks like that. So you can just use the name. Uh, and here's the article that we picked. So start saving, keep saving, blah, blah, blah. It's this simple, guys. The prompt is the prompt. And now we're just going to click enter and it's going to kick out an article. Look at that. You're bleeding money and don't even know it. That is a solid hook right there, right? So imagine this. Sarah, a 42-year-old marketing consultant, came to me overwhelmed. She was earning six figures but had nothing to show for it. Retirement felt like a pipe dream. Sarah thought she was doing enough, a small monthly transfer to a savings account. She figured she'd deal with the rest later. But later was already costing her. Her savings, losing value to inflation, her investments, scattered and mismanaged, her tax bill, a silent thief taking thousands. Sarah wasn't lazy, she was lost. So we rolled up our sleeves and got to work. We turned saving into a system, automating her contributions and aligning them with her goals. We built her a tax strategy. Sarah now keeps more of what she earns. We made her money work harder, smarter investments that compound over time. Fast forward a year, Sarah is no longer stressed about money. She's confident, secure, in control. If she had kept waiting, the cost of inaction would have been devastating. More lost years, more lost dollars, more sleepless nights. What's your plan to stop the financial bleeding? Let's have a quick chat. No pressure, just clarity. Your future self will thank you. This right here is a freaking solid LinkedIn post. I any tweaks I make to this right now is just basically nitpicking. So I'm not even bother doing that. So I can copy that and I can go into Brooks LinkedIn. We're going to go to home, start a post, paste, right? Like that. We'll talk about putting something at the end of each one, but we'll leave that for a different video. But what we're going to do here is add a picture to it. So here we're talking about savings. So I'm going to go into Google now and put the savings plan and see what, or maybe dollar cost averaging might be. Actually, no, let's stick with savings plan. Go into savings plan, hit enter. Oh, savings plan pictures. And we'll go into images. Okay, and we have some options here. Not a fan of a lot of these pictures because they look like stock pictures, but we'll kind of search for one if we can find one. This is kind of, this could be like a Sarah picture, right? So we'll save image to my desktop, hit save, go back into LinkedIn, and here, add photo, and there's the image. Obviously, if we took a little bit more time, we can find a better photo, but just to show you how quickly you can do this. And that's it. That is it. So there's the post that just went up. It's very easy to read. You see lots of white spaces, some listicles here, some good tips, and then let's have a quick chat. So it's got a call to action as well. And it's perfectly fine to like your own posts. So that will help drive the algorithm. So definitely do that. Okay.